Hello, welcome to tutorial on pronunciation of Vietnamese consonants and consonant cluster produced by yourvietnamese.com. Now in this tutorial we go through the 17 consonants and the 11 consonant cluster in Vietnamese. Now we start with the first consonant B. B as in B. An example is bao, which means back. Now the next three consonants are all pronounced as k. K as in cat. Example is con, ken. The Q is usually only appears in the QU cluster, so we comes to that later. Now the first consonant cluster, yeah, we can see that it doesn't have a close equivalent sounds in English, so we go straight to the example, yo, which means give. Now the consonant y and the consonants cluster, the GI, are both pronounced as y. Now actually there are two ways to pronounce them. The northern way is to pronounce them as Z, as in zoo, and the central and southern way is to pronounce them as Y, as in yes. Now example, the northern way pronunciation, Zao, za. The central and southern way of pronunciation, Yao, ya. Now the next consonant is the D as in do. Example is D. Now the next consonant and consonant cluster, the G, both pronounced as G, as in go. Example is again, which means jealous. The next consonant is the H as in hat. Example is hen. The next consonant cluster is the H. It doesn't have an equivalent sounds in English. Example in Vietnamese is khói. Again is khói. Now the next consonant is the L. L as in link. Exactly the same pronunciation as L in English. Example is light, which means drive. Now we move on to other consonants and consonant cluster. The next consonant is the M. M as in my. Example is ma. The next consonant is the N. N as pronounced in net. Example is nin. Now the next two consonant clusters, the NG and NGS cluster, are both pronounced as ng. Ng as in sing. Now example is ngồi, which means sit, and nghe, which means hear or listen. The next consonant cluster is the NH cluster, which is pronounced as ny. It doesn't have equivalence, so we listen to an example. Nhan. Again is nhan, which means fast. The next consonant is the P as in pan. This consonant usually only appears in the PH cluster, so we see is immediately right below. The PH cluster is pronounced as F as in fine. Example is pho. Now pho is a very famous Vietnamese dish, so you're probably familiar with this word as well. Again is pho. Now the next consonant cluster is the QU, which is there are two ways to pronounce it. The northern and central way is pronounced as Q as in queen. On the southern way is pronounced as W as in will. Now example is the northern way of pronunciation is Quan. The southern way of pronunciation is when. The next consonant is R. r, r as in run. Example is rau, rau, which means vegetable. The next consonant is the S. This consonant has two-way pronunciations. The northern way is s as in sun, and the central and southern way is sh as in shy. Example, the northern way pronunciation sen, sen. The central and southern way shen, shen. The next consonant is the t as in deep. Example is tối, tối, which means dark. The next consonant cluster is the th cluster, which is pronounced as th, as in tank. Example is thut, thut, which means like. The next cluster is the tr cluster, which is pronounced as tr, as in try. Example is trun, trun. The next consonant is v, as in vote. Example is ve, ve. And the last consonant is pronounced as s, as in stun. Example is sam, sam. So in this tutorial we've gone through this whole 17 consonant and the 11 consonant cluster. Now again we go through all of them again. B, k, ch, y, d, g, h, kh, l, m, n, ng, ñ, p, f, q, w, r, s, sh, t, th, tr, v, s. So the consonant and consonant cluster that don't have equivalent sounds in English are j. Again, it's j, as in jaw, jaw. Now the next one is h, as in khỏi, khỏi, khỏi. The next consonant cluster is ñ, as in nhắn, nhăn, nhăn. So that's all the 3 consonant cluster that don't have equivalent sounds in English. So thank you very much for joining me in this tutorial on pronunciation of consonants and consonant cluster. This tutorial is proudly brought to you by yourvietnamese.com.